This is the Professor, CBMD PhD, and today's Saturday, August 2nd, 2025. It is 9:01 and 48 seconds, p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And today's research, UFO ghost rockets. So let's hop to it here. The earliest well-publicized UFO reports from Scandinavia were the so-called ghost rockets observed in Sweden during the summer and fall of 1946. Military authorities adopted secrecy reminiscent of wartime in dealing with reports of the objects, banning publication of the location of sightings and requiring newspapers to use a dateline somewhere in Sweden. Mysterious fireballs and cigar-shaped UFOs were observed all summer. Finally, in October, the Defense Ministry announced that it had been unable to discover the origin or nature of the ghost rockets. Of 1,000 reports studied, about 80% were attributed to celestial phenomena, but the report contained radar detected some which could not be the phenomena of nature or products of immigration, nor be referred to as Swedish planes. In May 1954, Mutual News commentator Frank Edwards, now an NICAP board member, reported an item from Stockholm. Swedish military authorities sent special crews into North Sweden, where scores of residents have reported strange glowing objects maneuvering over forest at low altitude during the week of May 10th. Military men who have seen the things say they were not planes of any type after the crew of the Swedish airliner reported a wingless circular UFO over southern Sweden December 17, 1953. The Defense Department ordered a full-scale investigation. Captain ULF Christy Ernst, former RAF pilot, said, "It was an entirely unorthodox metallic symmetrical and circular object. The UFO was seen speeding over the town of Hässleholm on the main commercial airline between Stockholm and Copenhagen." In 1961, Mr. Swinchell, an aeronautical engineer in Linköping, became NIC advisor for Sweden. In his acceptance letter, Mr. Schilin stated, "UFOs very definitively have been sighted also in this country." A flap seemed to occur around January 1959, the whole period starting perhaps in July 1958 and ending about June 1959. Obviously, the Swedish Intelligence Center in Stockholm knows what is going on, but the usual debunking policy is strictly followed. During Operation Mainbrace, extensive naval maneuvers in the North Sea on and about September 20th, 1952, UFOs were sighted in the vicinity on several occasions. Operation Mainbrace chronology. On the 20th, a silvery disk of metallic appearance was observed passing swiftly over the Allied fleet. Wallace Litwin, an American newsman on board the aircraft carrier Franklin Roosevelt, took 3 colored photographs of the UFO. As far as is known, the pictures have never been published, and no explanation of the incident was offered. Norway, Finland, and Denmark also have had their share of UFO sightings during an aerial expedition to take photographs of a solar eclipse, June 30th, 1954. Norwegian scientists and others on board 3 planes observed and photographed 2 enormous silvery disks, which gave a metallic glint. In 1958, replying to an NICAP query, the Norwegian embassy stated, "Our Air Force's UFO material is mainly of security-rated nature and cannot be put to the disposal of NICAP." During the winter of 1958, observers on the Finnish-Soviet border reported circular and cigar-shaped luminous objects maneuvering over Soviet territory near the Arctic Circle. Brilliantly glowing spherical missiles, some of which moved vertically up and down, also were reported, while Operation Mainbrace was in full swing nearby in the North Sea during September 1952. A shining, apparently metallic disk was seen on the 20th by 3 Danish Air Force officers. About 7:30 p.m., the UFO sped over Karnup Airfield, Denmark, disappearing in the clouds to the east. On November 20th, 1957, during the rash of UFO sightings in the Western Hemisphere, Air Force officers and many civilians near Bornholm, Denmark saw a UFO flashing red and green lights as it stopped low, above the water, and over the island. At times, the object hovered motionless. No sound could be heard. The Danish newspaper Family Blad reported the sightings. September 11, 1956, Allied intelligence experts were reported to be investigating radar sightings of mysterious objects. which had been tracked for 3 weeks over the Baltic Sea by a NATO radar station on Bornholm Island, Denmark. The UFOs followed a curved course, traveling about 2,000 to 2,500 miles per hour. This video was created for educational purposes only. Codename Will, Professor Christopher Brunet, leader of research, scientist, ufologist, psychic, computer programmer, computer technician, philanthropist, writer, mathematician, artist, photographer, film producer, chef, animal and nature lover, passion, world peace. Hope you enjoyed listening. Until next time, have an excellent day. This is the Professor, CBMD, PhD. It's a Saturday.